That's what's out of our window. We stayed over in Telford after visiting, where were we yesterday?
We went to the Severn Valley Railway at
That was it. The Severn Valley Railway at Bridgnorth. So that's where we were yesterday, and we stayed over in Telford because it was close by and we didn't want to drive home. And now it looks like we can't see home because everything is covered in fog.
You'd need very good eyesight to see home from here. We drove quite a long time to get here.
Well, if I was high enough up, I could see home. I could see home from space because I've seen it. And so has Google. But yeah, we stayed over because it was a good idea, and we had a really good night's sleep, an amazing breakfast. Where are we premiering?
Premiering in Telford.
Well worth it. So now we're just hanging around until the local shops open in a couple of hours, and then we're going to have a look around the area before heading back. Let's do it. So what we got here is actually fascinating. It was pretty much the highlight of visiting the area because this is a weird clock. It comes from a point where shopping centres were still a big thing. It's from 1995 according to the clock face. So they still required kind of an attraction to bring you into that particular shopping centre compared to any other ones in the local area. And this one is this rather animated decorative clock that appears to be, well, I'm not entirely sure where it's supposed to be. I think it's kind of demonstrating a fairy tale or a local tale or something like that. I'm not entirely sure of the history of it, but it was very interesting to watch. The idea appears to have been that this big red wheel is pulling along a thing that goes into a tube that drops a ball. There isn't actually a ball though. Sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't, or perhaps that's how it's supposed to be and it only takes a ball across every now and again. But what actually happens is, at the top of the, well, what is it? It's a stand with a ball on it. At the top of that, every now and again, the internals of the ball will turn over and it looks like it's carrying a golden ball. It will take that ball back across on the big wheel to feed it into the area where the chicken and the frog are. And now it'll turn up in a second, but not always. Sometimes it had a ball, sometimes it didn't. And one time it only had half a ball, which tells me that it may not be working entirely correctly, and perhaps it's supposed to have a ball all the time, or maybe it's only occasionally. But either way, sometimes it was only shown half a ball, which is how we worked out what was going on. Because Jen was asking, why would you do this? How would you get the balls back? See, there's a golden ball in that apparatus to the left there. That's what the ball in the top of that ball would look like. So the ball would go into this tube where the chicken is. The chicken essentially moves up and then down, and then the beak of the chicken knocks the ball into the mechanism. There it goes. Down it goes, and bang. So that would be the point where the hemisphere of gold would turn over in the ball. Then the frog does its movement thing, and every half an hour it does something quite interesting. All that stuff on the back there comes up and it's very decorative for a little bit. It's a really interesting mechanism and it's real interesting for an attraction. Basically, this is the thing. Come to this shopping centre, you see this interesting thing. That used to be the thing that happened with a lot of these centres to try and bring people in the 80s and 90s. And then all of that disappeared over the end of the century because e-commerce started up. But that is rather cool. I like that. What do you think?
I think it's quite an elaborate contraption for telling the time, but very interesting centrepiece.
Yeah. I also like that it's got the thing for the balls on the inside.
Yeah, it's very visual.
Yeah, I like it.
I wonder how good of time it keeps.
I know.
There are mirrors up there. I was thinking there was another one on the other side that's a mirror. I don't know what's going on. It's like policemen keep coming through the shopping centre and they all just end up down there. They're like the balls on that clock. They're just all gravitating to one place.
Perhaps they're looking for you and they haven't realised that you're here.
Well, they're not very good coppers because they keep walking past me.
Well, it can't be you then, can it?
No.
Yeah, they'll never catch you. So So we've had a very productive day, and you might see I have a new hat, and it's very cool. Jen also has a new hat, but she's decided not to wear it.
I have to ease into it.
Even though she asked me to buy her a new hat, she hasn't worn it. So, Jan, where's your hat?
In a bag.
This is terrible. This is terrible news. Terrible. I am very much not approving. So we're back home now, and it's been a nice quick break. We went off to do a little bit of photography here, mainly of the Platinum Jubilee train, the big purple one, because it's very interesting. But very nice to have a weekend break, you know. Jen and I have been working incredibly hard for a long time now with pretty much no breaks, so getting away just for a weekend is nice every now and again. While we're away, of course, we had to have a look in the local CEXs. Got a copy of Voodoo Vince on the original Xbox. Looks in pretty good condition, and everything's in it, so I was very happy to have that. They had a copy of Grim Grimoire down there as well, but for the amount of money that it's going for, I could not justify that right now, which is a shame. And also, Space Invaders Evolution on the PlayStation Portable, the PSP. Now, it's got the manual, but you might notice no disc. That's because it's actually in the machine. Because I wanted to talk about it. It's got the original, classic, proper Space Invaders on it, which is nice. But it's also got this weird new version, where if you go left and right, it wobbles up and down in the wave. And it actually makes me a little bit sick when playing it. So, I'm not the... Oh, okay. You can zoom out a little bit. That's probably going to make it better. Actually, no, it's not. What if I go for the fully out? That's a little bit better. Okay, so I could probably play it like that reasonably easily. But this version, where you're zoomed in really far, no, I don't see that being a very good one at all. So I'll give it a try. I'm going to do a Game Hammer review on it at some point, because I'm basically reviewing all of the stuff at the moment, all of the Space Invaders games, but it's got the original Space Invaders on there as well. So that's nice. But that's really it. At the moment, I'm just waiting for the video that you'll have seen yesterday to process out, and then I'm off to bed because it's late. And as nice as it was to get away, and as good a rest as I got while we were away, I still need to get to bed early because we've got video shows to do tomorrow. The Monday Club, Monday Night Live, and I've got to edit a video for Jen. So it's going to be a busy, busy day. Right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, and thanks for watching. Bye. If you like the show, please consider supporting me on Patreon. It really does help create future videos. That's patreon.com/Zoe Kirk-Robinson. And I've got an extra special thanks going out to Chief89, Sam Yates, Retro Mickey82, Mo Henry, and George Botterini. Thank you so much, guys.